This is RadioFire.com. Yours truly, Dominic K, in here. This is really a holiday. This is a special day. I quote him often, but this is the first time I have been able to get him on. This is my father. How you doing?
Great. It's good to be here with my son.
Yeah, this is really special. So we're going to talk about the president, the current president, and talk some politics stuff. Yeah. I guess, what are your thoughts on President Trump?
Well, right now, since we're on the brink of tax reform, I think that the American people have not taken the time to think. Here's a man who is the president of the United States and will not let you see his tax returns. Think about that. He won't let you see them because he says you're not going to like it if you see him. And what little of his tax returns we've seen, he lost $900 million and didn't have to pay any taxes on it. So think how gullible he thinks the American people are. Don't worry about looking at my tax returns. I'm going to take care of your taxes and make sure that I'm going to look out for you and cut your taxes. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. How foolish could we be? The whole world. Let me tell you, I don't think that America will ever be able to recapture what they had. When the world has seen you have elected a con man. Don't look at my taxes. I'll take care of yours, though. And you go for that? That's insane. It's crazy. So,
but he's there. So, can we do anything about it?
Yeah, the Congress doesn't have to pass it. It's just insane. And here's a guy who says that John McCain is not a hero. The man that gave up 5 years of his life, captured. Now, if he feels he's not a hero, think America. What does he think about the ones who got killed? He thinks even less about them, like Levon Davis. Like
LaDavid.
Yeah, LaDavid
Johnson, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other
with the Khan family.
Khan family. He has no respect for them, period. And he thinks soldiers are chumps. That's why he didn't go to the service. In the 1970s, no. People, the young guys who thought they were slick, they didn't want to go to the service. They're not going to Vietnam. That's for chumps. That's what they said. Chumps rhyme with his name.
With Trump. The thing about it is that I think the more time that passes, the more I feel that he will be impeached. With this, the charges that have been filed against, former campaign advisors and head of the campaign, Manafort, and all that. Do you think that maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel and this horror can be cut short?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that he would make 4 years. I think that going into 2018, whether he's impeached, something's going to happen.
Or maybe he steps down.
Something's going to happen. I think in 2018, I don't think he can sustain. I don't think he can make it.
The way that he's handled Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. If President Obama had done one thing that Trump has done, the reaction would have been different. I think from everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And surprisingly, from his base too.
From President Obama's base, yes.
Because they would go along with the basic feeling of the press and other people. His base unfortunately Obama's are followers. We follow what America lays down, and but Trump's base will stay with him. They're not going anywhere. His base, but that's only maybe 30% of the population. So
Trump ran his part of his platform was we need to get along better with Russia. That was part of his platform. Do you think there is, how do they say, is there some there with this Russia thing and Trump?
Do I think that that they were doing a
collusion? Yeah.
Yeah. No question about it.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah.
And it will come out. Putin is the only person that he hasn't said anything bad about.
Right. That's true.
He's the only one. The Russians are the only ones that he says, I don't think that they try to do anything.
They absolutely did.
There's no question.
Today, Facebook and Google and Twitter had representatives testifying about all of the Russian bots and the Russian things that were going on behind the scenes and the misinformation and all of that kind of stuff. And I think that it's slowly getting back to Trump, maybe Kushner, maybe Donald Jr. I think Ivanka, if any of these people can be some kind of way involved in the radar and get some charges against them, I don't think that the president's gonna want to play anymore. And maybe something like that would, leave my son alone. I'll step down. That kind of thing. Is he honorable man like that? Would he do that?
No, he's not an honorable man. Period. So, but he will protect he'll go to protect his family. But here's the thing. They want to build a wall, right?
A physical wall, yeah.
Keep people out. Here's the thing. He won't even have to. If he stayed in, they wouldn't have to build a wall because nobody would want to come here anyway. Because the criteria, the land of the free, the home of the brave, that won't even exist anymore. There's no ethics. There's no. What made America great is that it differentiated itself from everybody else, every other country. This would be like a banana republic. Everybody's trying to escape from that. Why would they try to come here? So they wouldn't have to build a wall. Nobody want to come here. So it will lose. I don't even think that America will be able to recapture the glory and the pride that America had prior to.
But I think a lot of people come here for the American dream,
right?
Which is the corporate America, like that capitalist society, that opportunity. And I think that still exists.
Yeah, well, no, you're going to lose that if you have a dictator. This man,
yeah.
You're going to lose that because he's going to control everything.
Yeah,
and the state will start control. If you lose, you start to lose your democracy. It's not a democracy anymore. You got a dictator here. That everything is going. It's just like in Russia. Everything's going to come through Putin, and Putin can make whoever he wants a billionaire. Because the money that's in Russia, that's Putin's money. This man here wants the money in America. He wants that to be his money. This is my country. This is my money. Everything here. So this whole the world that we have known would change completely if he stayed in office. I don't even listen. If he doesn't get out of office, he's not going to want to get out. If he lives that long, I mean, he's 72, 71?
71, yeah.
So, he couldn't stay in so long. But there are Republicans saying that if he wanted to stop having the elections.
Well, I mean, they talked about that with Obama. What if he tried to do something like that?
No, they said they agree with it.
Well, you said if. Well, yeah.
No, nobody said that they agreed with Obama.
No, that's true.
They said that if he decided that he wanted to not have the elections in 2020, that they would agree with it.
I think his biggest issue is going to be this Mueller investigation. Of course, I was a kid at the time, so I'm not going to be. I mean, I read about it, but you lived real time during Watergate, like you were an adult. So, are there similarities? If you can think back to the beginning of Watergate, it seemed like it wasn't a big deal,
right?
And then it kept snowballing and snowballing.
Right. It took Watergate to reach its climax was maybe a year and a half, 2 years. You know, so it started just like it started now.
And it was low-level people involved at first.
Yeah, and then Nixon started sweating like he gonna start sweating, and But see, here's the thing. I go back. I can remember when Nikita Khrushchev came to the United States in the 1950s, late 50s, early 60s, and he said, and I'm a young kid. I remember this so clearly. He said, "America is going to fall from within." He said, "Russia, we're not going to have the Soviet Union. He said, we're not going to have to attack the United States. The United States is going to fall from within."
Nikita Khrushchev said that. This is the late premier of Russia, Soviet Union, former Soviet Union. And that's a true statement. If it was going to happen, if it happens, it's going to happen from within.
And if you go back to the 30s and the 40s, the Soviet Union tried to divide this country on race before. They tried to get blacks to revolt against the United States. They tried to act like the Soviet Union was very open, very liberal, and we want to be your friends. They don't like you, you know.
Talking about white people?
White people in America. They don't like y'all, you know, black people. But we like y'all, you know. They've been trying to divide ever since. And that's the same thing that Putin and them are trying to do right now. They would like to create a race war in the United States so they can take over this country. You know, this is what it is. And that's what they talk about. It will fall from within. You're going to be so divided within yourself, you'll collapse and won't be able to maintain.
So how close are we? We're far from that, though.
Yeah.
I think we're always going to have divisions because we don't understand each other. And how can you? I mean, it's different. But I think that we can still coexist, and I think we'll be stronger than that. And Trump hopefully will get out of here soon.
I think that the country is starting to see that we are definitely on the wrong track.
Even Republicans, you still have some of those hardline Republicans who are not moderates. They don't like him.
Right, and then a lot of independents voted for him too, and they don't like him. You know, they realize that they've got buyer's remorse. They wish that they hadn't made that selection. I think that by 2018 he'll be gone.
And then if you going into the elections in 18, I think that if they start to lose big, that'll set the precedent. That's like a year from now. So a year from now, if this investigation has uncovered some more things, and then they're going into those elections in 18, and they lose a lot of seats, I think that'll just set. A year from now, we this nightmare could be over.
Well, of course, Trump's people are going to rebel. I mean, physically rebel.
If he's taken out, but
any way it goes, because with Bannon, they're not going out. So they're not going off quietly. I'm gonna tell you that now. Bannon already said that what he needs to do is not fire
Mueller,
but cut the funds off from Congress and stop funding it. Then the case is closed. We can't do that. So they. I mean, but that's the wrong strategy. If Trump takes a hard line approach against Mueller, it looks like you're guilty of something. Of course. And then, but see, this is how economy works. Everybody knows he's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
They know it, but the Republicans in the Senate and Congress, he's got that 38% that are loyal, that will fight and vote and will cause confusion. And so they don't want the confusion. They're scared.
What we really have to be mindful of now as we close is just them trying to change the narrative, different things in the news to try to get your mind off of Trump and these allegations and the investigation, and that's why I think that it is so ironic that we have this car truck, slamming into some people in New York. Trump's home, right, coincidentally. But you have something like this happening, and to try to take the focus off of, right, off of that. And the news cycle is constantly going to change. But I don't think these things can happen, and people may not talk about it for a while. But you have Mueller doing this investigation. They got somebody cooperating who potentially wore a wire. You don't know what he's been.
That's frightening.
Yeah,
that's the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, he really can't sleep at night.
No, for what? And he's coming around.
At least 3 months. He said.
And he was coming around asking people. He told people that I had talked to the FBI. What should I say to him? And who knows what they said? So it's scary for him. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. So it was definitely gonna keep that going. I definitely want you to come back. This was fun. Yeah. And then we this is all. I just can't believe it just sitting here. Okay, so but definitely, so we have Real Spit Radio coming up, and we're still under construction here, so we officially haven't really opened yet. We're gonna have like a big rollout when we actually get everything done. So I'm really excited. Thank you, Dad, coming.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. And these are things that we talk about every day anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do. And so I always like to talk though, even as a child.
Yes. You gotta talk to me. So yes.
Of course, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by the 2017 Baltimore Music Awards. Let your voice be heard at the 2017 BMAs. Polls are now open for this 7th annual red carpet event honoring Baltimore. Log on to BaltimoreMusicAwards.com before December 3rd to cast your votes. Now, the red carpet ceremony is December the 5th. So I'm excited about that. We have some big announcements coming up for that. You remember the first one. You came to the first one.
Yeah.
When we come out, this one's going to be even bigger. Every year, bigger. Yeah. So definitely. All right. Yeah. So you're going to come back?
Yes.
All right. He said it. I got him on tape. He said he's going to come back. All right. So stay tuned.